Hi there. Welcome to this 30-minute chill class. My name is Joana Allis. I'll be your teacher for these next 30 minutes. If you would like to follow along on our playlist, there's a link in the description below. Please feel free to click on it. And we will start the playlist together on 3, 2, 1, play. So find yourself in a cross-legged seat if that's a comfortable seat for you. If it's not, feel free to choose another seat. As you settle into this cross-legged seat, release the shoulders down the spine. Let the crown of the head grow a little bit taller. Let the tailbone release down. Maybe you close your eyes for a moment here. We often come to a yoga class after running around throughout the day or waking up with a list of things to do or knowing that there's a task ahead. I want to encourage us in this class, excuse me, to find some grounding. Find a place from which we can grow, a place from which we can get to that list, and a place from which we can work, do the work, continue to move, continue to grow. Ground now so that we can expand. So root those hips down, grow a little bit taller in the spine, feel the ground beneath you. Maybe the eyes stay closed as you bring the hands to the knees. Roll out the shoulder blades, open up some space between the shoulder blades. Let yourself tilt back. The tailbone is tilting forward. The chin is coming towards the chest. Breathe everything out here. Empty out the lungs. And then on an inhale, you'll roll yourself forward. Allow the shoulder blades to roll down the spine. Poke the tailbone back behind you. Maybe lift in the chest slightly, the chin slightly up. Exhale, round it out. Inhale, pull yourself forward, open up. Let's do that a couple more times, following your breath, maybe moving slower than you want, but really noticing the different spaces along the spine within the body as the breath moves here and maybe expands a little bit more. Last time, you're opening up between the shoulder blades, really allowing a lot of space along the back body, and then pulling yourself forward, opening up here. Breathe in. On an exhale, start to move towards the right. On an exhale, you're all the way back towards the back of your mat. And then you breathe in again as you find your way to the front of the mat, moving through the left side. Couple more rounds. Doesn't really matter which side you're going to first. Just make sure that when we switch, you go to the other direction. Move as slowly or as quickly as feels good in your body as we start to warm up the spine. Next time you find yourself at the front of the mat, you'll switch. Switch directions. Exploring a lot of space in the spine, allowing yourself to maybe get into the hips. Maybe the shoulders are a little bit more involved. We're going 3 times in this direction, so we'll meet at the front of the mat. Find a neutral spine. Breathe in. Bring the arms up towards the sky. Extend the legs out in front of you. So I'm facing you so you can see me, but you'll be facing the front of your mat. Your heels are down towards the ground. Your toes are pulled in towards your face here. You're hugging towards the center line as you grow a little bit taller. Breathe in. On an exhale, let's drop the hands back behind us. Fingertips are towards the back of the mat. Take a breath in as you squeeze the shoulder blades together. Open up in the chest. Maybe the chin tilts up. Inhale, bring the arms up towards the sky. On an exhale, bend into the left leg. Bring that foot to the inner thigh. Take a breath in here. On an exhale, let the right forearm come along the right shin. Open up through the left side body. Let the left shoulder roll on top of the right, root through the right hip bone, the left hip bone, excuse me. Grow here, extend here. Inhale, come through center, raise both arms up towards the sky. On an exhale, drop the left hand back behind you. You may choose to stay right here. You may choose to lift your hips up off the ground. Breathe in. On an exhale, drop the hips down. Let's bring ourselves back over to that side bend. Release the right hand down, left hand up and over. Breathe here. Settle. Inhale, come through center. On an exhale, drop the left hand back behind you. Maybe you stay here, maybe you lift the hips. Breathe in. Breathe out, release the hips down. If you've lifted them, back to the side bend. Breathe in. Breathe out, settle. Last time, pull yourself upright. Extend through the fingertips before you drop that left hand back behind you. Lift the hips if you'd like. This time on an exhale, drop the hips if you've lifted them. Allow the hands to circle out in front of you. And then find the leg. Turn your body over towards the extended leg, moving into a forward fold here. Don't worry if your hands meet your feet or not. They might find the shins. They might even find the thigh. They might stay to the ground. Turn yourself so that you find this fold over that straight leg. Breathe here. Continue to keep the leg engaged by pulling the toes in towards you. Feeling some solidity in the body, some grounding. Inhale, bring yourself upright. Exhale, extend through both legs. Drop the hands back behind you. Shoulder blades are rolling together. Spine is long, gaze is up. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, pull yourself upright. Exhale, bend into the right knee. Bring that foot into your inner thigh. Grow here. On an exhale, left arm along left leg, right arm up and over. Open up, right? Can you pull that right shoulder back so that the chest stays nice and open? The gaze can always be down to the foot if that feels better in the neck, maybe up towards the sky, maybe straight out in front of you. Really extending through the right side body here. Inhale, pull yourself upright. Extend through the fingertips, root down through the sits bones, right? Find the grounding here in the seat. Before you place the right hand back behind you, maybe you choose to lift the hips up off the ground. Breathe in. On an exhale, release those hips down. Hand comes along the shin, left arm up and over. Breathe here. Exhale, settle. Inhale, use that side body to pull yourself upright. Drop the hand back behind you. Extend, lift the hips if you so choose. Exhale, we're releasing. Bringing the left hand back along the shin. Breathe, exhale to settle. Inhale, come back up through center. Last time here, exhale, right hand's back behind you. Lift those hips, breathe in. If you choose, right, you can always choose not to. Exhale, drop the hips. Bring the hands this time, making that half circle until you find your leg. Extend, forward fold over that leg, that extended leg. Allowing yourself to find the space in your body. If you need more space, you can always turn slightly towards the open space as opposed to towards the straight leg. So again, you can keep yourself as upright as you need. You might even find a little bend in that knee. Inhale, walk yourself upright. Bring the legs out in front of you. Find length in the spine. Exhale, hands back behind you. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Open up in the chest. Maybe this time you choose to lift the hips up in this shape. Exhale, release yourself down if you've come up. Bend into your knees. Give yourself a little hug here. Bring one arm around your knees and then the other. Hug it in. Squeeze those knees. Let the chin drop towards the chest. Inhale, open it up once more. Bring the hands down to the mat in front of you, the knees back behind you. You're at your tabletop position. Find some movement in tabletop. Maybe it's cat-cow poses, using a breath in to open up and a breath out to round. Maybe it's just some circles in the spine. Bring your hands right underneath your shoulders and your knees right underneath your hips. Extend the crown of your head towards the front of the room. Your tailbone is long. Breathe in. Breathe out. Find a moment of stillness here. And then bring the right foot back behind you. Stretch through the back of that leg for just a moment with the ball of the foot on the ground. Bring the knee down. Let the left foot come back behind you. Then that knee comes down. Right foot back behind you one more time. Bring the left to meet the right. You're in a plank pose. You may stay in this shape. You may bring your knees to the ground for a supported plank. Always know that every pose that I'm offering is a suggestion. It's a recommendation, it's an offering. You can choose to do anything else in these poses. You can skip, add, subtract. Take one more breath here in your plank or your supported plank. Tuck those toes if the knees have been to the ground. Bring the hips up to the sky, down dog. Find movement here, maybe bend into one knee or the other. Shake out the head. And then move to stillness. Take a breath in through the nose. And sigh it out the mouth. Take one more breath in. And release here. Inhale, your right leg comes to the sky. Find some length all the way from the heel down towards the crown of the head. Extend here, grow. Find strength. Find some grounding through the feet, through the toes that are on the ground. Exhale, step that foot forward to the front of the mat. Take a breath in, you're in a low lunge. Exhale, step the left foot up to meet the right. Release to your forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Extend through the fingertips, root through the feet. So find that grounding in the standing pose here. Exhale, the hands are coming down by your sides. Open the palms wide, release the shoulders down the spine. Let the shoulders come over the hips over the knees over the ankles. Feel the ground beneath you. Inhale, bring the arms up to the sky. Exhale, dive it forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, hands come down to the ground. Step the left foot back behind you. Low lunge once more. Breathe in. This time, leave the left hand to the ground. Right arm to the sky. Take a breath in for the twist. On an exhale, plant that right hand down. Bring the right foot back, up and back behind you. Three-legged dog. And then it settles down to meet the left. You're in your down dog. Take a breath here. Sigh it out. If you need a break, you can always come to hands and knees or maybe a child's pose. Left leg to the sky, breathe in. Exhale, step it forward to the front of the mat. You're in your low lunge. Take a breath in here. Exhale, step the right foot forward to meet the left at the front of the mat. You're in your forward fold. Come all the way up to standing. Breathe in. Exhale, let the hands come down through your heart center. Open up, adjust, ground. Find some support here when standing. Breathe in, bring the arms up to the sky. Breathe out, dive forward. Breathe in, find a flat back. Breathe out, step your right foot back behind you. You're in that low lunge. Take a breath in. Keep the right hand down, the left hand up towards the sky. You can always make more space if you need. Breathe in here. Wrap the left hip back, the right hip forward. Exhale, drop the hand, step the left foot up and back, three-legged dog. Breathe in. Exhale, drop the foot to meet the right. You're in your down dog. Adding on here, breathe in, right leg up towards the sky. Breathe out, step it forward, low lunge. Take a breath in here. Keep the left hand down, right hand to the sky, twist, breathe. Exhale, release that hand down towards the ground. Make your way up to a crescent lunge. Press into that front leg. Stay strong here. Bring the arms up towards the sky. On an exhale, open up to warrior two. Settle here. Your front heel might be aligned more with your back arch. That often feels more comfortable in our bodies. Release here. Inhale, straighten out that front leg. Bring the arms up towards the sky. Grab the right wrist with the left hand. Side bend towards the back of the mat. On your inhale, start to move forward. You're seeing triangle as your next pose. The right hand is releasing down. Left hand to the sky as the hips move towards the back edge of the mat. Breathe here. On your exhale, you're moving towards wide-legged forward fold. Release that top arm down towards the ground. Turn all 10 toes to face the wide edge of the mat. Turn your toes in and your heels out. On an inhale, come to a flat back. On an exhale, walk your hands around to the front of the mat and then release the back foot up towards the sky for standing splits. Blocks underneath your hands can be really helpful here, but you can also use your leg as a support or the ground if you can reach it. Lift your left heel up a little bit higher, maybe find a little bend in your right knee. Bend into that back knee, into the left knee, bring it in towards your chest, and then slowly start to bring yourself upright. Left leg is up towards your chest. You're supported in your right. I'm going to now mirror you, face you, so you can see this a little bit better. Take a breath in, release the shoulders down the spine. Root through the right foot, the standing leg. Ground here. Open up that knee, the left knee. Bring the foot either to the inner thigh, to the shin, or down towards the ground. Make a choice that works best in your body today, right now. Maybe tomorrow it'll be different. Maybe open the knee a little bit more as you lift the belly up towards the heart, release the lower back. Hands can come down by your sides. Maybe they're up towards the sky. Maybe they're at your heart center. Ground here. Make a choice. Root. Explore in your body what it feels like to feel grounded, and then maybe expand from there. Breathe in. Whenever you're ready, let that foot go. You're standing at the front of your mat. Give yourself a little shake, little wiggles or wobbles, and we'll move to our second side. Root through the feet, right? We want to have this stable standing place to come back to once we're standing on one leg. Bring the arms up towards the sky. Breathe in. Breathe out, dive it forward. Breathe in, find a flat back. Breathe out, plant your hands to the ground, step your feet back behind you, straight to down dog. Hips are up towards the sky. Find some strength in the arms here and the support, the grounding of the hands into the ground. Grounding into the ground, that makes sense, right? Bring the left leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale, step it forward to the front of the mat. Keep the right hand down, left hand to the sky for that twist. Breathe in. Release the hand down to the ground and then come up to your crescent lunge. So pressing into that front foot, finding this grounding all the way between the front foot and the back foot, even though it's just this baby little bit of toes that are supporting you on that back leg. Breathe in. Exhale, open up to warrior two. Adjust, settle. Press into the front foot, bring the arms up towards the sky, straighten, lengthen here. Grab the left wrist with your right hand, side bend towards the back of your mat. Coming through center, remember triangle pose is where we're going. Start to tilt the body forward, the torso forward. Release the left arm down, the right arm to the sky for triangle pose. Feel really supported and rooted through your feet, just as much the front foot as the back. Breathe here. Exhale, release that top hand down, moving towards a wide-legged forward fold. All 10 toes are facing the wide edge of the mat. Try maybe turning the toes in and the heels out as you open up a little bit more space in the sacrum here. Let the head and neck go. Let the breath continue to stay deep. Inhale, we're finding a flat back. Exhale, walk your hands forward to the front of the mat. Turn all 10 toes to face the front of the mat. Release that back foot up off the ground for your standing splits. Can the hip get a little bit more in line, so the right hip in line with the left, and then maybe that allows you to lift the heel up a little bit more. Let the head and neck go here, so taking out the tension in the shoulders. Bend into that back knee, hug it in towards your chest, start to come upright. Move slowly. A little bend in the standing leg can really help. Take a pause. So again, I'll face you. Take a pause here. You can hold onto your shin, you can hold onto your thigh, whatever feels better in your body. You notice what's going on in the shoulders, release them down the spine. Feel that support in the standing leg, that grounding, that rootedness there. Is that a word, rootedness? We'll use it today. Open up the knee and make a choice on this side, and it can be different than the other. You don't need to do the same. The foot might be at the thigh, it might be at the shin, it might be at the ground. As you root through your foot, through your standing leg, can you gain a little bit more strength, a little bit more security, a little bit more base to then grow? Then play around with your hands, or maybe stay really still. Maybe you don't want movement anymore. That's what feels best for you. If you've started low and you want to explore getting a little bit higher with the leg, maybe do that. If you want more of a challenge, you might even try closing your eyes. I think I'll probably topple over if I do that, which is okay too. We can come back to our grounding, right? As we establish it, we can always come back to it. Breathe in. Release that foot. Give yourself a little shake. Some movement. We're meeting standing at the front of our mat. Root down to grow tall. Bring the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, let's grab left wrist, right hand. Give yourself a side bend. Inhale, come through center, using that side body, right? We've been using this since the beginning of class. Switch sides. Inhale, come through center. Exhale, dive it forward. Inhale, find yourself a flat back. And exhale, plant your hands down, step your feet back behind you. Come to that plank pose one more time. Maybe it's the full plank, maybe it's a supported plank with the knees to the ground. Press into the mat, open up a little bit more space between the shoulder blades, extend through the spine, take a breath in, find a lot of strength here. Exhale, bring the hips up and back, down dog. Take a breath in. Sigh it out the mouth. If you'd like, one more time on an inhale, we'll roll forward to plank pose. Hold there. Notice how slowly you can move. Exhale, press yourself up and back. Down dog. Let's do that one more. Inhale, roll forward super slowly. Really exploring the strength in the body, the grounding through the feet and the hands. Come back up to down dog. Beautiful. Take a breath in. Let your knees come down to the ground on your exhale. Open the knees wide. Extend the arms out in front of you. Child's pose. The forehead is finding the mat. The arms are extending out in front of you. If the forehead doesn't find the mat, a block is a great place to come to with your head. And you can always choose a puppy dog stretch as opposed to a child's pose if you prefer in your body. The knees would come together. The hips will stay high as you extend the arms out in front of you and let the chest and the forehead come to the ground as well in this shape. Whichever one you've chosen, allow yourself to settle here. Let's take one more breath in through the nose. Sigh it out the mouth, sigh it into the mat. Inhale, make your way up to a seat. Bring your legs around in front of you. Plant your feet to the ground. Bend into your knees. Bring your arms by your sides. And then allow yourself to slowly roll down towards the ground, towards your back. You find your back. Hug your knees into your chest for just a moment. And then explore any movement here. Maybe you're circling with the knees together, with the knees separate. Maybe you find stillness. Let the lower back get a little bit of love here. Then release your feet to the ground. Open them as wide as your mat. And allow your knees to slowly start to tilt towards the right. The arms can stay wide in a T shape or maybe a cactus shape. And then if you'd like, you'd look over your left shoulder. If you want more, you can place your right ankle on top of your left knee. Twisting here. Take one more breath here. Release. Let the cross go. Plant your feet. Come back to center. Let the knees fall to the other side. Maybe ankle over knee. Maybe looking over the right shoulder. Come back to center. Release both feet to the ground. Let your knees knock in towards each other and adjust so that your shoulders are on the ground, your hips are on the ground, and the entire spine is on the ground. Maybe bring your hands, one hand to the belly, one hand to the heart. Let's take a nice breath in here. Sigh it out the mouth. Feel free to stay in this shape or another Shavasana shape for as long as you would like. Maybe even pause me for a few moments so you can settle here and then come back when you're ready to come out of it. When you are ready to come out, start to invite some movement into the body. So maybe the thumbs run along the fingertips. Maybe you circle out the ankles or the wrists. Let the head rock from side to side. Open and close the jaw, move around in the face. Invite breath to start to come into the body. And when you're ready, roll to one side. Take a pause there. And come up to a seat. Bring hands to heart center. Maybe eyes stay closed or gaze stays soft. I will end practice with an Om. You're welcome to join me if you would like. We'll take a breath in through the nose. May you continue to feel grounded so that you can expand, so that you can grow, you can do all that you need to do as you walk off this mat. Thank you so very much for sharing your practice. Hope to see you again soon. Namaste.